Hey guys, day 3 with this Goblin Mode 7-day challenge hosted by Release the Craftin'. Be sure and check out the hashtag RTC Goblin Mode. So today is Moss. Day 3 is Moss, and this is going to work well with my Wetlands journal that I'm working on. Because I am doing some mossy stuff. So I have a bag of Spanish moss, dried Spanish moss that we can play with. I really just don't know what I'm doing, you know. Again, just winging it. The moss pictures I have this little crocodile or alligator covered in moss or swamp mush, I guess. I don't know. And then I have these swampy looking trees, cypress trees with the Spanish moss hanging down. So what do I want to do with them? I don't know. I don't know, but they're going in the Wetlands journals, and they have moss on them, so I thought I would work on them for this prompt. So this image came out of a travel magazine. Again, I acquired a handful of them, and they worked pretty okay. I don't think I'm going to do anything other to this other than just kind of turn it into a journal card. It'll be a long, skinny journal card, which will be okay. Let's see here. I wonder if there's a way I can glue it to this. This is a piece, it's a leather sample. Colleen leather under the sea color. It's textured. Let's see if you can see that. And of course it's leather on the back side. If I cut him down, I wonder if I can glue him to this. So he would be kind of flimsy. Let's just try it. Let's just see what happens. I want to cut him down. Okay, so I want to cut off the name here. And we want to glue him. Let's just glue him down. We'll use some Weld Bond. Weld Bond is my glue. A lot of people use like art glitter glue and things like that. I don't. I use Weld Bond. It does... our printer's making noise over there. It glues really well when it's working. This one's kind of clogged. I gotta clean out the... got a little bit of a dried nozzle. Anyways, it works well with all kinds of material. Paper, wood, glass, plastic. We're going to see how well it works with leather. Set that there. So it'll be interesting to see how this basically how it dries is going to be the question. I didn't think I went up far enough. I've never glued paper to leather before, so this is totally an experiment. It's going to have this really cool... Not that you'll be able to do anything with this other than just as a little element in the journal. I mean, I guess you might could write on the leather. I guess you could, but we'll set that aside to dry for a minute and see what that does. Who knows? And so this, since it has Spanish moss, I'm inclined to use some Spanish moss on it somehow. And I'm kind of inclined to cut it in half. I want to take off this bottom part. It says Caddo Lake near uncertain. I want to trim that off. And then let's attach this to some folder. Give it some backing. And just a magazine cutout. The Wetlands journal that I'm doing has a good handful of magazine cutouts in it throughout it, as well as some pieces from a kit, and it's got a good random mix of stuff. So, and I keep saying it as if there's only one, but I think it's probably going to be 2 journals, a big one and a small one, because I've got so many goodies that I'm using. You know, sometimes when you sit down to do a journal, you work on a theme journal, it's like, you kind of, my experience, it's like, oh, okay, I'll do a such and such theme. And then it's like, it takes me forever to find something to work with that, or a kit to work with, or something. And I have very few pieces to work with. Kind of like the journal I just finished was a Scotland themed journal. And that was a little tricky to find pieces to go in a Scotland journal. And then sometimes you sit down and think, okay, I'm going to work on such and such theme. And you have like an overabundance. And that's where I'm at with this Wetlands Marsh journal. I've got an overabundance, so I'm just going to turn it into 2 journals, I think. Heck, maybe even 3, who knows. I haven't got that far yet. Okay, so we've got this backed. Let's see if we trim it down. If we cut right through the middle of that blob of Spanish moss, that'll give us a little Spanish moss on both cards. And then let's decide what we're going to do with these now. Again, I have some Spanish moss. I've not ever really played with this. I can. I'm actually kind of nervous to use this stuff. Of course, it's been processed and all that, but if you go down to like Georgia and like the Spanish moss, like that's really in the trees, they tell you not to mess with it, not to touch it, because it has bugs in it, and they'll make you all itchy and all that. And so when we went to Georgia a year or so ago, it was like, oh, I just wanted to touch it and see it and all that, but everywhere it tells you not to do that. I'm inclined to put it at the top, mainly so it would tuck in. I feel like it needs something else. And I just don't know. I just don't know what. It's messy as all get out, that's for sure. A little bit more for the other one, and then we kind of clean this up. Yeah, this stuff has been processed for like that florists use it and all that. I guess it's dried out and all the critters are gone from it. I got to decide the best way to use this. Is it better to glue it or to try to sew it, or what do we think? I'm inclined to glue it, but I wonder if what do you think, guys? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I'm inclined to glue it, and I'm inclined to maybe get out the hot glue and hot glue it. I think that'll be the best option. But I feel like it needs something else. I don't know what, though. Let's see here. Let me think. Let me ponder while I dig out my hot glue gun. Get it plugged up and heated up. Let's see if we've got glue sticks. I hardly ever use my glue gun, my hot glue gun. But I have one. Let's see here. I don't know why I don't use it that often. I mean, it's good. Works good. It's a good addition. So, do I need paper or do I need fabric? What says you? Or, you know, I'm also oddly inclined to use some lace. I don't know that that really goes, huh? Decisions. I mean, I kind of like it, but I don't know that it really goes, so. Let's see here. What else do we have? Maybe just some fabric scraps. Just dig through my fabric scraps and see. Note to self, this stuff is messy to work with. That's for sure. Well, we're doing the full-on moss effect, that's for sure. Maybe we'll do that and just do a little bit of moss. I wonder if there's anything in my bucket of little bitty bits. Just winging it, piecing it together. Ooh, maybe this is it. Maybe this is what I need. A little bug. Yeah. That'll work. Okay, we're just gonna wing it and see what happens. First off, I think I might want to chop my corners a little bit. Okay, and I probably should I think what I'm going to do is sew around these real quick, and then, what's up with that? Yeah, I think I'm going to sew around these real quick, and then I'll come back and we'll assemble them. So I will be right back. Okay, we are back, and I've got my edges sewn. I just sewed around them, just one little simple stitch. And our hot glue gun is heated up. And so let's just see what a dollop of glue will do for us. Always working with hot glue. Remember, it's hot. And I think the bugs are going to work pretty okay because, you know, I was just saying that there's bugs in this stuff. Here's the downfall of working with hot glue. It's so stringy. But I think it's going to work. I've got a couple little bugs. I'm going to ink around them just to kind of tone us. They've got a brown background, but their edges are white. And for whatever reason, that sticks out like a sore thumb. And we're just gonna continue on with the hot glue. Get us a little bug down in the floof of stuff. Okay, set him aside. And I used a little bit of this. A little bit of this. And a little bit of this. Ooh, we're making a mess today. Everything's stringy together. The moss and the glue and... it's okay. And we got this little buggy bug. tone down his white. I really wish I could use both of these. But I guess I'll use him for somewhere else. Because I don't know that he... Or I guess I could put him there. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, focus shell. I gotta poke out this little bug has. These little bugs have. I don't know where these came from. They were just in my stash. And I thought they were cute. Cute little bugs to add to the... Yeah, he'll go there. Okay, let me ink him real quick while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, let's get this buggy bug here. I'm just going to glue stick him. He's going down to the flat of this big tree trunk. Oh, that moss has got me itchy. I think it's just in my brain that it's like supposed to be making you itchy. But it's not. If that makes any sense. It's really not. Again, it's processed, so shouldn't be an issue. Shouldn't be an issue. But okay, we're gonna do this. Set this aside. Unplug our glue gun. Get him out the way. And let's get this mossy stuff out the way. Clean up on aisle 5 real quick so we can continue to function. Okay. And I'm going to ink around these guys. A little grungy, and that's okay. Get all the flippy floppy moss that's floating around. Any of it that wants to kind of try to come off. Little pieces here and there. Okay, I actually kind of like that. I think that's kind of cute. It's got some 3D texture to it going on. It's got the moss and this green. Okay, and then, okay, so now we're back to our little alligator friend. I think the best thing to do with this is to trim it with scissors. And I want to I want to kind of round my corners, but I know my corner rounder won't stand for that thick leather, so. FYI, my doors and windows are open today, and I live by the airport. So there you have it. Kind of trying to round my corners a little bit. I don't know what we're doing with this. It's just an interesting piece. I'm kind of inclined to poke a hole in it and to add an eyelet to it. So let's see if we can do that. Let's just see here. And let me get my eyelet box out. Again, I don't know what we're doing with it, but we're working with it. There they are. I was like, where are my eyelets? I haven't yet determined. I kind of like that. I actually think I want to do another one. I haven't quite determined my material and my fabric, or anything like that for this journal yet. So I'm not going to add any of that kind of floof to it. But I kind of am liking that this I kind of like that. I need to determine if I just want to do two. I'm thinking of it as a flip now. If you put it in the journal and you attach it, and you can flip and feel the underside. But does it need two more? I'm kind of... Yep, just for aesthetics. Yep, I like the 4. Yep, okay. We'll continue. It's so funny how things just kind of evolve. They kind of become their own thing when you're working in journals sometimes. I was just going to do a journal card out of this, but now we're into this leather-bound eyelet type piece of something. Who knows? All in the name of moss. I mean, he's moss covered. I think that's moss. Moss or swamp yuck. One of the two. Okay, yep, I like that. I like the look of that. It's like a weird little tag. I would just put it in as a tag, but I want this textured background to be able to be a part of all this. So I'll flip it up or flip it over or something. But there we go. So that's what we have for moss. We played with some Spanish moss and made these 2 little journal cards with these bugs. And then this moss-covered alligator. We created a little something out of it. We'll see where it belongs, where it ends up in the journal. So there you have it. Let me give you a little closer. Let's see here. Mr. You're not supposed to come up like that. Give me a little closer look at these little bugs with the moss. And so yeah, there we have it for moss. 3 little ephemera pieces that will go in my wetlands journal. We have these little scrappy doos left. I'll toss them in my pile as well. So that's what we have for number 3, day 3 of the Release the Craftons Goblin Mode 7-day challenge. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow with leaves. Again, gonna kind of wing it. No clue what I got going on for leaves. But we'll figure out something. So thanks for joining me, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.